Hey, what's up everybody? I wanted to take a moment today to talk about apprentices, to talk about plumbing specific apprentices. For those of you looking to enter into the field of plumbing and are going to be coming into it as an apprentice, that's level 1. I know for me, whenever I came into the trades, I had no direction, I was lost, I didn't know what I was going to do with my life, and I was starting over at that point. Plumbing made sense to me, right? I found success in plumbing. I hope so much so that you guys out there will choose the plumbing trade for yourselves. Now, speaking of that, some key factors that you're going to need: mindset. You're going to need the right mindset. This trade specifically is hard. It is manually intensive and hard, but guess what? It pays well. Not only that, but you're providing a service to those around you, in your community, in your own personal home, friends, family. You're going to get to learn to develop a skill set to where you benefit those around you, and there's just a beautiful thing to that. You're going to be coming into a trade that rewards hard work, and hard work pays off. Hard work actually gets you more hard work that then pays off. Trust me, I know from experience. At Maston's Plumbing and Drain, our apprentices are hand selected, and I look for certain features of that individual that have nothing to do with their technical skill set. It's all starting up here and right here. Do they have the heart to work, and do they have the drive to want to learn? And do they have the character development that is needed for me to pour in my experience to that individual to grow them from the ground up? That's what we build here at Maston's Plumbing and Drain, trade leaders. But before we get into all that, you know the deal. Like, follow, subscribe. And if you guys find this beneficial to yourselves or know anyone else who also might find this beneficial to them, share it. I spoke about mindset. Mindset comes from that can-do attitude. Whenever you feel like something is so impossible that it can't be done and performed, I assure you there is a way. In plumbing, that is what I love about residential, specifically plumbing jobs. It's not easy. It challenges me daily. I have to come up with creative ways to not only diagnose someone's situation and their very specific needs of that house, but also how to fix it, how to put things back right, how to be as less intrusive as possible. I tell everybody, plumbing is the bones of the house. Getting the bones out of the house is intrusive, right? That is a procedural process that takes place. And doing that at a level to put your homeowner at ease, also being neat and tidy while you're doing that, that starts here. Clean appearance, professionalism, smile, eye contact, all those things. The guys that are going to succeed at this are the ones that don't shut down. The ones that whenever they are faced with adversity, they see the challenge for what it is and they want to overcome that. One of the biggest things that I see that makes a successful apprentice is really the same thing that makes someone successful in life: showing up on time. And that starts for yourself. You have to show up for yourself on time, right? When you're hurting, you have to know that. You have to stop and listen to your body. When you don't want to get up out of bed that morning and you push yourself to get up out of bed, that's showing up for yourself. You got things to do. Get out there, seize the day, right? Greet the sun before it shows up. That kind of attitude is going to get you far in life and in this trade. Because when you show up for yourself, you're going to show up for the company that you work at, you're going to show up for your coworkers, and you're going to show up for that homeowner that needs you the most. Showing up like that for yourself and for others not only shows respect, but it shows reliability. Think of it. If you're going to show up for me on time, when you say you're going to show up, and you do what you say you're going to do, I can rely on you. And that's what we're looking for in this trade. That's what you're looking for from your employer. You want an employer that's going to do what they say they're going to do when they say they're going to do it. That's where a lot of companies and employees kind of get it mixed up. It's a two-way street. It takes both parties meeting in the middle to make magic happen. That's what we figured out here at Maston's. Another thing that I'm thinking about too that has made myself successful and why I think a good apprentice would be successful coming into plumbing are those the one that have a curious mind. I don't know about anyone else, but when I was a kid, I got this erector set. Didn't even know what it was, but it had a lot of parts, pieces, screws, nuts, little wrenches, and electric batteries. And with that, I could create and build anything. So I got to put all those pieces together, wrong a whole lot of times, and sometimes correctly, to make cars run or a crane lift and operate. And When it was wrong, I got to take it all back apart and try again. And when it was right, I got to see how successful that was and take it all apart and do something different. Those that want to build and create will find true success in plumbing. You're not gonna know everything on day one. And in fact, I prefer that you don't. And definitely don't act like it. It's even true for me. I don't have it all figured out, and I don't pretend to. That's actually what allows me to remain coachable for my mentors. And coming in as an apprentice, it's great to have ideas. In fact, I've actually heard an idea from an apprentice who had been working for me for about 2 weeks. And guess what? His idea won on the job site. I tried it his way. It was successful, and I put that in my toolbox, and I did it that way ever since, and it worked every time. The problem is, you don't want to be the smartest one in the room all the time, because if you are, you can't be taught anything. And that's not a win for anybody. See, I also believe that knowledge is reciprocal. I have things to teach, experiences to give, so do other people around me. You don't have the skill set to be plumbers yet, but you may see a problem through a different lens, not know how to fix it, or what part to use, or what tool to grab, but having that conversation and asking enough questions to your lead will help the two of you come together to solve a problem. I do believe that. Pay attention. Apprentices, you can have no ego in this. You're going to be sent to get tools. You're going to be sent to get parts. You're going to be put cutting the pipe. You're going to be shoved into crawl space holes that are very small and very dark and very scary. You're going to be sent up into the attic with a flashlight on the phone with your lead down there to tell him what you see and take a picture and send it to me. You're going to be getting sent in a lot of places to grab a lot of things and report back a lot of information. It may not feel like you're doing the actual work, but if you look at it this way, if you're being told what tool to grab when working on a water heater, and you clock that in your mind, the next time you do a water heater, you should know what tools you will need for that job. And before your lead asks for the tool, you have it in hand to give to him. Now you've become a mind reader. The more often you're sent to get a part, 3/4, 90, copper, 3-inch, PVC, Y, the more you're learning to identify material, sizes, according to what material the pipe is, and what the fittings are called. So you are learning and growing, and you're sharpening and honing those skills that will cause you to be a benefit and an asset later on down the road as you're getting your skill set in your toolbox. Another big one is initiative. Show some initiative. I've told this story a few times, and it's because it's close to my heart, and I really do think that it is a skill that is lost in a lot of people. Not everybody, but a lot of people, they weren't shown it at a young age, which is initiative. It is always better to be seen pushing a broom than sitting in a chair in a dirty shop. Meaning, if there's work to be done, do the work. Don't wait around to be told to do a thing. Just do a thing, man. Take out the trash. If you're going to the shop and you don't really have a whole lot to do, clean out the lead strut, sweep it out. Be the best guy that you can be for your guy to make him the most successful to take care of you. That's how this whole thing works. You also have the benefit of everyone knowing you will be the one to make mistakes. Above all, it'll be you. You may find yourself taking on the mistakes of your lead because you're the apprentice and you're bulletproof, if you will, for a while. And just know that everyone understands that, and it's okay. You know, we're all human. We're going to make some mistakes. The expectation and the bar has not been set on you yet. Make those mistakes while you can to learn from them. That's the goal. If you're not making mistakes in life, you're not learning, you're not growing, you're not developing, and you're probably not doing much else. You're going to need to bring a strong work ethic. I tell a lot of our apprentices this at Maston's Plumbing and Drain: be the guy that every guy fights over to have in their van. You don't want to be the guy that's sitting at home without a job to do because there's only 2 on the board. We have 3 installs going on. 2 guys are running them and they don't want you to help them. Be the guy that everybody wants to have working with them. Strong work ethic will do that. I tell guys this too. You need to make me Want to work a 12-hour shift with you in the next 15 minutes. What do you got? Come with a good story. And you know, at the end of the day, be a team player. You're part of something bigger, or hopefully you found yourself at a company where you feel that way. I know my guys here do. You're building yourself personally and professionally at the same time, and that is worth celebrating. And I know for a fact that if you do all of those things, you will be successful. You'll be successful in plumbing, and you will be successful in life. Not only that, but at that point, you will be able to teach success to others from showing them your actions. And that is also really cool. At the end of the day, I just really wanted to come on here and tell you guys about my success, how I found success in plumbing, and hopefully those of you that are out there thinking about plumbing can equally find success in it as well. Plumbing is literally the best trade. I believe that. I put it above any other trade, right? Because it's my trade. I take it personally. I take ownership of it. I teach my guys to do the same, to hold it in high regard and to respect themselves for it. So if you feel like you don't have that inside of you yet, give plumbing a shot. It worked for me, it could work for you. And if you've made it this far into the video, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.